Today we're going to be talking about factoring trinomials when they have negative values. So just a really quick refresher, the value that is in front of x squared is going to be our a value. So our a value here is 1. The value that's in front of x is our b value, so that is negative 16. And then our c value is negative 36. We can't factor out a greatest common factor here because the a value is 1. We already identified a, b, and c, so now we're going to write out our factors of c in a t-chart. So I'm just going to write out the factors of 36, pretending that it's not negative right now, and then we'll add the negative in a little bit. So we get 1 and 36, 2 and 18, we have 3 and 12, 4 and 9. And remember, we need them to multiply to the c value and then add to the b value. So to multiply to negative 36, we know one of them needs to be negative. And then we know they need to add to negative 16. So looking here, the first two factors, that's not possible. Let's look at 2 and 18. If I make 18 negative, if I multiply them, they become negative 36. And if I add them, they become negative 16. So that's our answer there. Okay. Then we just need to write our simplified answer, and then that's our solution. So the factored form is x plus 2 times x minus 18. And when I multiply those out, that will give me x squared minus 16x minus 36, which is what we started with. Okay, down to the next one here. So we can't factor out a greatest common factor. A, B, and C we know are 1, 6, and negative 40. The factors of C in a t-chart are, let's go with 1 and 40, 2 and 20, 4 and 10. And we know we need to multiply to negative 40, these two numbers, and add to 6. So that means one of the factors needs to be negative to multiply to negative 40. It looks like that's not possible with 1 and 40. Let's see, if I make 2 negative, that still will only add to 18. If I make 4 negative, yes, that will add to 6. So that's our solution. So then our simplified answer is x minus 4 times x plus 10. And I mentioned this in the last video, but we could write this in any order. So we could write it x plus 10 times x minus 4, and it would be the same. Okay, on this last one, I encourage you to pause the video and go ahead and try this on your own, and then unpause it and check your answer here. We can't factor out a GCF if the a value is 1. We know a, b, and c. Let's write out the factors. So for 32, we get 1 and 32, 2 and 16, 4 and 8. Let's see if one of those works. Okay, to multiply to positive 32, but then add to negative 12, that tells me that both of the factors are going to be negative. So let's just go ahead and make them both negative and see which one adds to negative 12. Doing some mental math here, the only one that's going to work is negative 4 and negative 8. So then our simplified answer is x minus 4 times x minus 8. And there you go.